Hi and welcome back. Now in this video we're going to have an introduction to the tool called Kubernetes. Now Kubernetes is an open source system and this is used for maintaining or managing your container based applications. So I did mention in the last video that if you have a large number of containers, then you have to look towards some sort of container orchestration system. And one of the tools which can actually do this container orchestration is a very popular tool known as Kubernetes. Now this tool helps in easy deployment of your containers. So once you start working with containers and you start working with Kubernetes, you will see how easy it is to deploy your containers. It also helps in easy maintenance. It's just a few commands which can allow you to start working with containers in the Kubernetes tool. It also helps in easy scaling of applications. So this is automatically done by the Kubernetes tool. You just mention what are the scaling properties and the tool itself will ensure that the right number of containers are part of your deployment. So the architecture is the same as we have seen in the earlier video. We have the master controller. This is used to control the cluster of nodes, and then you have the containers which actually run on these nodes. In depth, if you look at the architecture of the Kubernetes tool, in each node you have something known as a pod. So this is a complete deployment of either a part of your application, a component, or the entire application itself. And in the pod you would then create your containers. So you could have one pod which has one container which has your web application and another container which has your database application. And this entire thing is created as a pod and this is deployed on node. You can also have multiple pods deployed to a particular node. So this is the way that you can actually scale up the amount of deployments that you have on a particular node. And all of this will be managed by the Kubernetes tool. You don't need to do anything yourself. You just issue some commands and the tool will do it for you. I said this is the most widely used container orchestration tool and this is adopted by multiple cloud vendors. So now if you look at Amazon Web Services, they have recently incorporated support for the Kubernetes tool. So if you see other vendors such as the Google Cloud Platform and even Azure, Microsoft Azure, they also have support for the Kubernetes tool. This is also adopted by various organizations. So a lot of companies are seeing the value of having a container orchestration system. And so they're looking at Kubernetes as a tool for container orchestration. There's also a large community for support of the tool. Now let's look at our next video in which we're looking at what is the container service that's available with AWS, which is the AWS Elastic Container Service.